Today at Succeed from the Start, we're back interviewing one of our fantastic members, special members, precious members. Our members mean the world to us. Our members are more like family to us. And today I'm going to talk to Catherine Koch, although we know her as Kate. Thank you very much for coming along today, Kate.
So thrilled to be here.
It's a delight to have you in our membership. You've not been with us very long, and I really want to get people knowing and hearing what you do and the magic that you deliver. So, first of all, just tell me, what kind of work do you do with your clients?
Well, the clients I work with are those who are frustrated about their symptoms that they keep getting over and over again. And despite using meds, they still struggle. And they notice that they're not the person they want to be. They want to be better moms. They want to be better wives, better friends, and feel vibrant, but still they keep repeating the same thing over again. So what we notice is that this response is always linked to, most of the time, linked to past trauma. And the great thing is that when you release and resolve the trauma, their whole reactions change. They start becoming the person they want to be. And it's so exciting to see people transform in front of your eyes. So it doesn't really matter if you're a woman or a man or a child. It could be a child that's overwhelmed because of exams. And that is linked to the first time that child came with maybe with a low grade, and the mom started crying or overreacting. And that was so traumatic for that child that the child starts responding with fear. And so when we deal with that, the child can really relax and enjoy the exams. Or it could be somebody that gets anxious in social settings or are scared to take lifts or fly. There's always a significant event that led to this response, because fear actually is just trying to protect you from experiencing something that you perceived as overwhelming, where you felt helpless, powerless, and you had no clue how to solve the problem. And when such traumatic, unexpected things happen, you develop a kind of strategy, unconscious strategy, to protect you from experiencing that again. And then we adopt kind of response. The unconscious mind brings up fear in certain situations, and then we wonder, why am I feeling this way? I don't want to feel this way. But when you now see the connection, oh, that's when it started. And these are the thoughts I've been thinking, recall the same thoughts that's caused me to feel this way. And you can change that. That's liberating. It's so liberating. So this is one of the work I do. And sometimes those kind of event, we call them UDIN moments. Unexpected, UDIN, unexpected. Something did just happen by surprise. It could be a diagnosis, for example. And it's dramatic, highly emotional. You feel isolated. You feel, oh, you cannot talk about it. Oh, and then you have no strategy at the end. When something happens, that problem sets in. And what can also happen, you start seeing symptoms, physical manifestations in different areas, depending on what kind of conflict it is. It could show up in the skin if it's something about separation. It could show up like, I don't want to go into there, like a time when I had inflammation of my left breast. I knew exactly what happened that caused my body to change. And when you see that connection, you can understand what the body is doing and you can help the body heal. So it's a kind of holistic work that I do. So to heal the outcome of trauma.
So
and
really,
yeah.
yes, I mean, really, you could work with all sorts of different kinds of people. The main point is that you can help people break free from the trauma that's held them back in the past. And from what you're saying, some people may not realize that it's a traumatic event that's caused them a problem. They just recognize the symptoms, and maybe they're asking themselves, perhaps they've started having panic attacks or something, and it's come completely out of the blue. And there's, well, maybe they feel a failure. Maybe they feel like there's something wrong with them. But actually, by coming and working with you, you can help them explore, where are these events coming from? What was it that started it? And how can you break free from it?
Yes. And that's amazing. When it's so amazing when they see that, oh, I can change this pattern. It's not something that's happening to me. It's something that I do unconsciously to protect me. And when they realize that these are the thoughts I have to think for me to feel this way and for me to act this way and to get that result, and for my body to start responding with arousal and my heart start beating fast. And when they see, oh, I can change that, it is this moment, it's like, it's just heartwarming. And when they come back and say, oh, I understand now. So you can change that pattern. And they can go back to that little younger self and connect with that little younger, let me say, Kate, that was thinking in a certain way based on their perspective. And you show them and say, oh, this is not how it is. You're safe. It's okay. Things will get better. There's a magic that happens inside of you. You can now be yourself. You can now be your true, authentic self, and not that be stuck in that emotional state of an 8-year-old. And
Yes.
this is, I was talking to a guy last week. He said, oh, it's so crazy. I'm in a mess. I feel like a child. I'm feeling like I'm a small child. Yes, that's how we feel when we're stuck emotionally in a Yudin moment. And
Yes.
breaking free from that, you can now be who you are. You can now respond the way you want to be and show up as you. That's so liberating. And I think everybody should, this should be taught in schools. That's what I believe.
Yes.
How powerful we as humans are to change the way we experience things.
Yes, I think you've touched on something there that's really important. And the truth is that many, many, many of us will have gone through things in our childhood, in our teenage years, or in our early marriage, or whatever it was, we'll have experienced situations that can have impacted the way that we see ourselves and the way that we behave with other people. So thank you for explaining that. And just in this small snapshot, if you're watching us, I think you'll join with me in seeing just how passionate Kate is about helping people make that change. And if you have something in your life and you just know it's holding you back, it's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, it's something that causes fear or stress, or maybe it causes bad dreams, something in your life that just isn't right, and you've tried and tried to deal with it or to forget it or to put it to bed, you're just not managing to, then reach out, book a call with Kate, and have a conversation. Because of one thing, I'm absolutely sure you won't meet a more compassionate and empathetic lady who will walk side by side with you and help you to break free from those traumas of the past and become the person that you were always meant to be. So thank you very much, Kate, for sharing all of that. And we look forward to hearing more about your passion in the future.
Thank you so much, Angela, for having me here.